Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. Want to talk about one of the biggest questions that come to me all the time, and I want to answer it. And that is, I've lived down here in Central America for 12 years. I've lived here for 12 years, and I don't speak Spanish. I know some words, and I will use body language and expression when I say these words, such as okay, dolor. You know, dolor, I'm asking you a question. Dolor is pain. And because my work, I'm into, like I say, the natural health, and so that's one of the words that I have to learn. Dolor. Donde? Where? Donde dolor? You see, I use expressions and simple words to do that. Don't tell me where the pain is. If you tell me, oh, my back hurts, I don't know what you're talking about. You have to, oh, a key. So then I know. So but anyway, what has come to mind is I figured out why I haven't learned the language, even though everybody around here speaks it. Few people speak English, and the ones that do seldom can speak very well. So, but what it is, just like my Hoi Chi work, my natural health work, I really don't care about your symptoms. And that's why I don't really ask people what's wrong with them. And that's because the only thing that they know that is wrong with them is the symptoms that show. So I mentioned dolor, the pain. Okay, when you have pain between your shoulder blades, more than likely you have heart issues. So I'm concerned not about the pain in your back, and to tell you the truth, I'm not really even concerned about the heart issues. I'm more concerned about what is making your heart get in this situation. Basically the same thing like low back. If you have low back problems, it's the kidneys. Okay, I'm more concerned, why aren't your kidneys performing like they should? And because low back is a symptom. And so these are all symptoms. Now I know you're asking yourself, well, what does this have to do with speaking Spanish? What I do in my life is I don't show people my weaknesses. The people that I see, that I associate with all the time, few people know what my weaknesses are. The same thing for other people. I don't know what their weaknesses are. And these aren't things that we brag about and talk about. But I have a weakness that applies to learning the language. You got to remember, I'm half Chinese. And so the people in my family, half of them are Chinese, and even them, the Chinese, many of them don't speak English. I don't speak Chinese either, so I can't talk to a lot of my family members. And it didn't dawn on me, and like I say, I've taken a lot of ridicule. It's been tough all my life. It's been tough. And like I say, my wife, like I say, she came from Guatemala. She speaks Spanish. Matter of fact, she spoke Spanish, German, Chinese, and then once we got married, she had to learn how to speak English. So the question is, how can she do all this, and I'm the stupid one? I can't speak anything, just the English. Even my own children, they said, Dad, when you speak, you use small words. You don't use large words. The large words make you sound intelligent. And when you speak, you don't speak intelligent. So that was a tough one. That hurt too. But what it was, the people that I speak to, who do I speak to? Chinese and Spanish-speaking people. Now, do you think I would impress them by using large words? No. So that's why I've never picked up the large words. I don't get in the habit of speaking with large words. I know what they mean. I just don't speak with them. Okay. Now, why I don't speak Spanish after living here so long. That is a symptom. And the symptom is the reason I don't speak is I don't remember the words that I need to be speaking. And well, people say, well, you just remember this, remember that. Okay, that all sounds really great. I love it when people say, all you got to do is remember this, all you got to do is remember that. Because I don't remember. That is the point. My memory is, on some things I've got good memory. On other things I don't have good memory. And I've got reading disabilities. So and I say the words and letters get turned around, and it's really difficult for me. Numbers, like I say, you can remember some numbers. I can't remember the numbers because they get turned around. And I mean, it's very, very difficult. And so then where I found this out, and this is why I don't speak the languages, the way I found out is now I've been here so long, I know where every place is. So I don't get lost. This is a 150,000 population, and I don't get lost. I know my way around. The problem is when somebody says, well, we're going to, let's eat in a restaurant, and we'll meet you there, and I'll say, yeah, okay. And then they'll tell me the name of the restaurant. I don't know the name of the restaurant. You know, the only names I know is McDonald's, you know, Wendy's, you know, but I don't know all these restaurants by name. And then they said, well, why don't you just remember the names of the restaurants? And then that's when it dawned on me. If I could remember the names of the restaurants, then I should be able to learn a language. That's how this all came about. And it's the same thing on names. If I could remember people's names, I would be a very wealthy man. So remembering names is a very, very good thing to do. And now about the best, if everything serves me well, I can remember the first name to a face to their work. That's how I remember people, is by their kind of work they do. When I see people, that's why I ask them, well, what kind of work do you do? And because now I remember them by their work. Now it's, and then they tell me, well, I'm a auto car mechanic. And I say, oh, that's cool. And then the name is John. So now I will remember John, the auto mechanic. I won't remember the last name. Forget remembering the last name. But so that is a big, big achievement for me. And it's the same thing down here. I know Jose, but I know lots of Jose's, but I got to put what kind of work they do, and then that will tell me which Jose it is. The restaurants. Now, if you could tell me the French restaurant, I would know the French restaurant. If you told me the name of the restaurant, I would never find it. So I look at things different when I think different way than most people think. That's why when I was going to school as a young child, I had a lot of problems learning. And like I say, everybody thought I was ignorant, you know, so I thought I was ignorant. Everybody told me I was ignorant. I guess I must be ignorant. But it's funny because I do have physical and mental skills. Most people will have one or the other. They'll either have the physical skills or they will have the mental skills. Now the difference is, on my physical and mental skills, they're not open. They're really cut back, really tight. In other words, what I know, I'm efficient at. I don't know a lot on the physical, and I don't know a lot on the mental. But what I do know is I know it. I know it and I understand it. And so I say, I don't mean to be dumping my personal problems on you, but this is something that you may want to consider if you have loved ones, and or if you even have problems like I have. You know, there's a reason for it, and there's nothing wrong with it. I say, I'm old now, but I've learned how to work around these problems. They are not problems to me. They are problems to other people, but they're not problems to me. Like I say, I know how to handle it, and it works well for me. Kind of like my Spanish. I can use my Spanish to get what I want, but when you're talking Spanish to me, you're not going to get anything you want because I don't know what you're talking about. So anyway, there's a reason for everything. You look at this, and what you see is more than likely a symptom. And you need to follow that symptom back, and then you will find the cause. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.